Namaskar, everyone, and congratulations to everyone because 30 have a special place, and of course, we are celebrating their evening. But before that, we all, whosoever has got the law graduation, we deserve congratulations and appreciation because I personally feel this is the best decision we have taken in our life because this is only degree which gives you opening to any possible sector. You imagine any sector and lawyer is there playing a key role, meaning thereby the responsibility to shape the society, economy, country, anything, it lies on us. So the responsibility, when I talk about responsibility, I want to say to those 30 and 30 and the 30, this reward or any such reward is basically acknowledgement that you are doing well in your life. But instead of taking it as reward, consider it as a responsibility, as a reminder on your table to tell that how you started and commenced your journey, you have to sustain it because this profession generally tends to test you. And this is what, when I was hearing Shashank, it was amazing because it was real. So I also want to be real. And when I asked what is the theme of keynote, I was told, you decide. And I decided not to decide anything and just share my experiences. There is no recipe. There is nothing which we can say, okay, this is the rule you follow and go ahead. I want to share my journey and wherever I felt that I was tested, and maybe that would help you because experience is something which helps everybody. We all learn when we fall, we know how to stand and avoid next time. But intelligent people learn from watching how others fall, and we should avoid that road. So let me just share where I feel that I should share. So my journey was little different than most of the people sitting over here because I started from a small town where I was not encouraged to go for practice, and then I opted for academia, which was of course my choice but second choice. And then I ended up to teaching in NLS Bangalore, and from there I taught in many foreign countries, and it was all very overwhelming and thrilling experience for me while studying Vidhi in Gorakhpur Vishwavidyalaya and teaching law in London was definitely a journey which I actually enjoyed. But something was always missing because I did law because I wanted to be a lawyer. And that's where the life gave me opportunity. Why I'm sharing this? I came at 35, joined the bar. So when you are under 30, you have spent perhaps 5 years, around 5 years in the profession. You made a great decision wherever you are, in-house, litigation, anywhere. Just because you made one decision, you don't have to get stuck also. Experience sometime permit us to explore ourselves. Sometime when we do, we realize, oh, I'm not good at this and I may be good at that. So this is the age where you must explore yourself, understand yourself, because this one profession gives you variety of opportunities. If you are good, you think you are more at home while arguing in the court. You may be more at home and better presenting in writing, but may not be that great in speaking. So, you have every kind of profile. But whatever you do, this is the time where identify yourself and don't hesitate to accept. Acceptability is the key for success. So whether it is our strength or limitation, everybody cannot be good at everything. I mean, nobody. Even I know that I tried when I came to practice. I was in-house. I have advised so many corporate houses. I still do. But I feel more at home when I appear before Honorable Supreme Court. And that's where I feel I'm at home. And that's where I always want to be. So, this is a journey. And you have just commenced. So explore yourself, understand yourself, and then do wherever you feel. But while following your passion, don't forget what is needed. The basic thing what Shashank said, a good car, a life, and everything. Of course, that's required. I would say first focus on having, even if not good, having a permanent address for yourself, your office, It may be good, it may be fancy, it may not be, but focus on that first, because that's the basic one has to start with. And then do whatever you want to do. But when you decide to do, remember one thing. You have studied Advocates Act in your final year class when you were already placed, and you might not have given attention to that. But that's one thing which actually has to be remembered and followed throughout whatever sector you choose for. The professional ethics, the conduct, and the EQ. It is profession of intellectuals, but more than IQ, EQ plays the role, because trust is what from where we begin. Trust of client, trust of court also for that purpose, that when you are persuading and making submission, you have to earn the trust that yes, what you say is legally correct. So never compromise on professionalism. When we say that foreign law firms are coming up, I always say, actually we don't have competition. People always give impression that law is very competitive. I always say, yes, there is competition in getting the brief, but not in performance. Because when you see at the top level, you prepare your brief, you perform, actually there is no competition, because you are master of your brief, and if you have performed your role of preparing as a counsel and representing your counsel seriously, then there is no competition, because you know everything. So don't compromise on that part, and at the same time, never forget, since I come from litigation, I would definitely try to highlight this part. Never forget when you appear before court that you are definitely there to get justice for your client, and whatever your brief says is all correct, and you do that. But you are officer of the court, and that two heads parallel. While you are representing your client, whereas you are officer of the court, we must always be very careful. As we have to be honest with our client, committed to our client, we must be fair to the court. And this is where the journey of being a good lawyer begins. I always tell my juniors, I would repeat here also, everybody knows what to speak because we all read our brief, but only fine lawyer knows what not to speak. And that identification is also very important, because when you just get brief to argue, there are things, everything is written over there, but what not to speak is also what distinguishes you. So Honorable Justice Awasthi is there, and I really don't want to stand for long in between you and the person who is well qualified for this keynote address. Even I'm looking forward to learn and listen from him. I would conclude in short while saying that we do have a lot of facilities, like in terms of technology and everything. At the same time, challenges are also there. So while from my time of beginning to your time of beginning, you are facilitated. At the same time, the challenges in terms of knowledge of law, professionalism, understanding many connections, overlapping, interface in between laws are manifold at that moment, considering the PMLA, so many new laws, IBC, etc., which might not be there at that time. So while you are facilitated, feel blessed about it, take advantage, but don't take it lightly, and do every brief, do take it seriously, and always remember you are officer of the court as well as you are in the role to represent your client, not represent, we remove the head and we appear for them. Thank you so much, all the best and congratulations.